let's move on to something that we've done on Rift Rewind several times. This is the first time we're going to do it here on Wake Up Worlds. It is called Tweet or Delete. Imagine that we have a series of drafts in our tweets. We haven't sent them out yet. We're deliberating them. We think they might be interesting or might be worth tweeting, but we're on the fence. So we're going to go through a few drafts right now, and we're going to determine whether we would tweet them or delete them on our own accounts. Ready to go, Tyler?
Shoot it.
All right. Tweet number 1. No region should have a 4th seed. Will you tweet or delete?
I'll delete it. I actually do like the 4 seeds. I know the Mad Lions falling out was a big storyline, and people were saying, "Oh, Europe might not deserve a 4th seed." And I think overall, Europe's looked pretty shaky. I think Rogue and Fnatic have looked okay, pretty good. G2 looks like the only team that could contend for a world championship out of those 3 teams. But I do think like a 4th seed shouldn't automatically just be better than everyone else. I do think throwing in these 4 seeds of the 2 best regions really does bring more excitement to the playing stage. I think it brings a lot more attention to some of the wildcard regions who play these 4 seeds, especially like I'm sure teams like, Rainbow Seven playing against LGD is a lot more fun and it gives them a lot more attention than if they're playing against other wildcard teams. I think the reason why a Rainbow Seven or a V3 Esports or Unicorns of Love come to Worlds is because they want to play the LGD games of the Worlds. They want to have a crack at TSM. They want to knock out TSM. Everyone wants to knock out TSM. Like, I think having more of these major seeds, these major organizations playing in the play-ins against these wildcard regions not only gives them more experience against these top teams, and it also is a valuable experience for them. And I also think it helps their brand as well, because I think it ups it. Like, Jose Deodo, I think Jose Deodo playing against these top teams like LGD Gaming, ups his market value far more than if he was smashing and beating teams from, Japan or Brazil.
Agreed. So, I'm with you 100% on that. Like, you want to see the major regions, even if it's the 4th or 3rd place teams, play against the wild card teams, because that's, like you said, that's what those wild card teams want, but that's also what the audience wants. We want to see those supermassive Mad Lions moments. Yeah. We want to see that, because even though statistically the major region will probably win out most of the time, you still get those moments like we did in the play-ins this year that created magic. So yeah, I agree with you absolutely. That should be the case.
Delete.
And should remain the case. Delete. Damwon has the potential to be the best League of Legends team ever. Ever.
That's
Are you tweeting that?
That's a big statement. Am I tweeting that?
You gonna tweet that?
Hell yeah, I'm tweeting that. Hell yes, I'm tweeting that. I'm tweeting that. Potential. The word's potential. It's not that they're going to be, but potential-wise, could they become the greatest League of Legends team of all time? And we're talking about a seasonal team. We're not talking about like a dynasty. We're not saying that Damwon as an organization is going to become greater than SK Telecom T1. That's not going to happen. They would have to win 3 titles in a row. You have to see Showmaker and Naguri get to the level of Faker for that to even become a question. But for a yearly team, a single calendar year team, can they become the greatest team of all time? Definitely. And I think Top Esports as well could also, if they continue their hot run and they have they go throughout the tournament only dropping a game or going undefeated. I think those 2 teams have what it takes. And I think with Damwon, they could play so many different styles at such a high level. And I've talked about this before, be it the laning phase, be it skirmishes, be it 5-on-5 team fights, be it slow, be it fast, be it a mid-game style composition. They can excel at every facet of the game, and that's what makes them so scary. They have the brutality and kind of the heavyweight boxer Street Fighter aspect of like a 2018 Avis Gaming, who can just outgun you when it comes to mechanics and just beat you down with just constant team fighting and just skirmishing. But they also, like we've seen in the last few games, they can play that traditional kind of laid back South Korean 2014 Samsung White style where, okay, you're not going to do it. You don't want to fight us. You don't want to, like Rogue was like, okay, we're going to play very respectful and we're just going to try to we're going to wait for you to make a mistake. And Damwon showed they could play a much slower style where they're just going to to take over the map very slowly and just choke out Rogue, where they didn't make too many, big explosive team fights, but by the time the game reached 30 minutes, Rogue might have had a kill lead, but Damwon Gaming were up 6k gold and had everything on the map to themselves. Like, they played an entirely different style than what they showed against JD Gaming. And then today against PSG, again, they show a new pick with Kennen in the top lane, with Naguri, and they showed the patience what they have when they play, where Naguri played so patiently around his ultimate, and all these players are not only some of the best mechanical players in their position. I think that even includes Ghost. I think Ghost gets looked down a lot, kind of as like the fifth Beetle in this kind of situation where he's kind of like, when it comes to Barrel, Showmaker, Naguri, and Kanan, he's kind of left out as the fifth player, especially when Barrel always leaves him to go roam around the map. He's usually on the more safe, boring AD carry. He's also just an excellent player mechanically, and we've seen this throughout the tournament where he's not a pushover in the slightest. And just from mechanical-wise to just how smart a lot of these guys are. Showmaker, and I think Naguri, I have to give a lot of credit to Naguri, who was a pretty dumb player when he first started. He was stupidly aggressive. He can still be stupidly aggressive, but just how he played his team fight today on Kennen, and he was so patient, waiting on his ultimate in a Dragon team fight. He could have popped that so fast, ran in, but he waited for the Kindred ultimate on the other team to time out before he really went in, and it just executed in a beautiful wipe of PSG talent. And this team is just smart, they're quick, they're fast, they are mechanically gifted at every position, and they can play so many different styles, which we haven't seen from other world champions before. 2015, the 2014 Samsung White team played a very specific style. 2015 SKT, very specific style with the counter-attacking, counter-punching style. The 2018 IG, strong, amazingly strong, but they played that one style. Damwon Gaming, I think, can play multiple styles at a 10 out of 10 level, and if they go to this tournament and they end up winning the entire thing with only dropping 1 or 2 games, they're in discussion for the greatest team ever. And I don't think it's out of the possibility where they just run through everyone, because they're that good. And even when they have a few slip-ups, they're already 4K gold ahead just through the control of the map they have with Barrel and Canyon, who are just so good as a pair.
And you said it, the word potential.
Potential.
Exactly. So that's totally fair then.
Yeah.
This one is going to cause a little controversy, I think. And I think I know how chat is going to lean based on some of the comments I've already seen. Here's the tweet. NA shouldn't auto-qualify into groups.
Like no seeds? Like no team at all?
Into groups.
So every
TSM and FlyQuest don't auto-qualify. They'd have to go through plans or something.
That's dumb. No, delete. That's stupid. No.
Why?
Unless you make groups much bigger, there's no reason why NA shouldn't at least have 2 seeds in the World Championship. That's ridiculous. If NA doesn't change and we have similar results, let's say NA bombs out of this tournament, we go 1-17, 2-16, and then next year the same thing happens again and there's no improvement. Then we can talk about maybe losing a third NA seed. Maybe we go down to 2 NA seeds. One's all qualified in. The other is a playing team. Then we can start talking about that. But overall, historically, NA has deserved the 3 spots. Like, again, NA was in the semifinals of Worlds 2 years ago. They made an MSI final last year. LMS, the LMS had 3 seeds forever, auto-qualified in. 2 of them auto-qualified in. And they haven't had a team qualify for the quarterfinals since 2015. And they had their 3 seeds up until 2019, where their league just kind of folded into the PCS. And then they had to kind of change the seeding allocation. So, no, NA deserves 2 teams into the group stages and 1 to go through the play-ins. They are the 4th best region. Even though Team Liquid lost to Machi, I still think overall NA is a better region. Even the Machi players themselves think NA is a better region. If you look at the opening teaser of today's games, one of the Machi team members was like, "Oh yeah, we didn't even expect to win a game. We didn't think we'd win a game in groups." They were shocked that they beat Team Liquid. So NA, there's 3 regions far above them, but I still think they deserve 3 seeds, 2 in groups, 1 in play-in. And if this continues, and let's say this happens again,
then you reorganize,
yes.
or you
But
reconsider.
But this is a very bad year, a very, very bad year. And if there's another very bad year, then that's when you have the discussion.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't want to get into this discussion right now, but I do wonder if there were no concerns with bringing the Vietnamese teams in, how the landscape of Worlds would have changed, or like how much more dire it might have been.
Vietnam would have been so good in this meta. Like Levi, oh my god, it sucks that Vietnam's not here. Levi would have been feasted.
We can save this for a future conversation when we're looking back at Worlds. But let's continue on here. Here's a fun one. ORNN, and this might be actually like a long-standing years and years conversation here, but ORNN is an unbalanced champion.
Tweet. Move on. Next question.
Fair enough. I think everyone agrees with that.
Yeah.
Every single pro.
Wait,
what was the noise he made?
Yeah, he's 27 different things in one, and he has ornaments. He can build his own items. Yeah, he's unbalanced. Let's move on.
This one is probably going to be a quick one as well. Damwon will go undefeated in groups.
I think JD Gaming has a shot. I think JD Gaming has shown a lot better in the last 2 games. JD Gaming is one of I picked my finals were JD Gaming versus Damwon, so I do think both teams are an elite level. But I think Damwon is just if JD Gaming is a 9.5, then Damwon's a 10 out of 10, and I think they're just better in little areas. And I think overall as a team, they are playing at a much better level. And I think this meta with the jungler, I think Kanan is in his best form possible, and I think the combo of Beryl and Kanan has been better than Lumao and Kanavi thus far. So I think they do go 6-0. So I would tweet that.